Yeah, so what'd you think of my deal? Really? The worst deal ever? All right. Sorry, bro. I'll get you on the next one. Wholesaling real estate is all about solving investors' biggest problem, getting good deals. Bringing a cash investor a good deal adds tremendous value, and as such, you get paid really well. You're talking $10,000 or more per deal. But like anything, there's the right way and the wrong way to wholesale houses, and many wholesalers and would-be wholesalers make costly mistakes, and as a result, their deal sucks. Cash buyers don't want it, and they aren't able to successfully wholesale houses. So in today's video, you're gonna learn 5 rookie mistakes that new wholesalers make and how to avoid them. But first, if you're new here, my name is Jerry Norton. I make millions of dollars a year wholesaling and flipping houses, and here on my YouTube channel, I show you how to do the same. So if you wanna be a flipping genius like me and live your dream life, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. As the nation's leading expert on wholesaling houses, even if that is self-proclaimed, and as a cash buyer myself, over the years, I've probably looked at thousands of deals from wholesalers, and unfortunately, many are not good deals, and nothing will turn off a serious cash buyer faster than a wholesaler who doesn't bring legit deals. The key to wholesaling is being able to understand what your ideal buyer is looking for and what he's willing to pay for in a deal. Now, the better you understand their buy formula, the more successful you'll be at acquiring and bringing deals that those cash buyers will want to buy. When you're making an offer and determining your offer price, it's imperative you know what cash buyers are currently paying in that neighborhood for similar properties. The most successful wholesalers do their homework. They understand their buyers and they know what they will pay. If you're struggling to wholesale your deals and aren't able to attract serious cash buyers, in other words, your deals suck, there are 5 possible reasons for that. Let me cover each of them. The first mistake wholesalers make is they overestimate the after repair value, or ARV. ARV is what the flipper will sell it for once it's fixed up. Many wholesalers use a higher ARV than the property deserves. When considering a deal, ARV is the first thing a cash buyer is going to look at. ARV is critical to their investing formula. The fastest way to lose credibility with a buyer is to use a bogus ARV. Here's what happens that I see over and over. There are 5 ARV comps that sold in 90 days for, let's say, $300 per square foot on average, and 1 ARV comp that sold a year ago for $400 a square foot. So the wholesaler ignores the 5 relevant comps and uses the 1 irrelevant comp to establish the market ARV. Don't cherry pick your favorite comp and ignore all the others. You absolutely must understand how to comp properties that have recently sold in the area and make adjustments to come up with a competent estimate of ARV. Do not pad or inflate the ARV to make it look better. Legit cash buyers will know. This makes it look like either you don't know what you're doing, not good, or that you're intentionally trying to mislead your potential buyers, also not good. This is so important that I have an entire playlist where I use real deals and I show how to determine the ARV. I'll put a link in the description box for that playlist so you can watch it later. After ARV, the next thing a cash buyer looks at is the cost of repairs. So not factoring in enough for repairs is the second reason why your deal sucks and cash buyers won't want it. Miscalculating repairs will kill your deal in a nanosecond. Estimating repairs can be challenging for wholesalers who don't have experience rehabbing houses and don't know what renovation costs are. But when it comes to a cash buyer considering your deal, you must understand the costs involved in rehabbing the property. Here are 3 tips to help you become proficient at estimating repairs. Tip number 1 is to follow my algorithm for calculating repairs based on the square footage of the property and whether it needs a light, average, or heavy rehab. I'll put a link to a video in the description below that explains how to use that using my updated rehab numbers. Now, tip number 2 to get more accurate at rehab costs is to use a rehab estimator tool. Now, my rehab estimator tool has preset values for pretty much everything imaginable on a rehab. All you have to do is calculate the unit measurements and it does the rest. And I'll give that to you for free as well. I'll put the download link in the description below for you. Tip number 3 to get more accurate with repair costs is to learn from your cash buyers. Always get feedback. If you estimated $25,000 and your buyers tell you that their rehab number is $35,000, ask if they'll share you how they calculated $35,000 so that you can learn the numbers. Most cash buyers are more than willing to share with you. And over time, you'll get better and better. I recently was talking to an agent who told me that the rehab was only going to be $20,000 on a property I was making an offer on. I told her it was going to cost $40,000. but she disagreed and challenged my numbers. So I said, let's go over everything that you said it needs and work. And then we put a line item next to each of those things, and it came out close to $40,000. Hopefully that helps her understand what things cost and she gets better at estimating repairs. Okay, the third reason why your deal sucks and cash buyers don't want it is because you didn't account for other soft costs. If a flipper buys a house for $150,000, spends $50,000 in repairs, so he's all in for $200,000, and then sells it for $250,000, he didn't make $50,000. There's closing costs when he bought it, closing costs when he sold it, such as commissions, escrow fees, title fees, transfer taxes, recording fees, and so on. Not to mention the cost of capital. Most flippers factor 12 to 15% of the ARV to cover these soft costs. The fourth reason why your deal sucks and cash buyers don't want it is because you did not leave enough meat on the bone. Never lose sight of the fact that wholesaling only works when you bring the deal to a cash buyer at his or her desired buy price so that they can make a profit. Your wholesale fee is the difference between your cash buyer price and your contract with the seller. Now, some flippers like me factor 15% of the ARV for their desired profit. Some flippers don't use a percentage, but rather have a fixed dollar amount, such as $40,000 or $60,000 or whatever. Now, the fifth and the biggest reason why your deal sucks and cash buyers don't want it is because you became known as a mudslinger. Now, slinging mud is a phrase I use to define wholesalers who knowingly and intentionally contract with sellers out of formula with the intention of slinging mud at the wall to see what sticks. If they don't get a buyer, they simply back out of the contract with the seller. Now, not only is this not cool to do to the seller, but it's not a strategy that's going to work well with serious buyers. They're not going to weed through 100 duds hoping to find an actual deal. They'll do what I do when I lose trust in a wholesaler, and they'll just stop taking your calls and opening your emails. Now, since I fix and flip houses everywhere and anywhere in the US, I have a finder program called 10K Club where I pay $10,000 for every deal that meets my criteria. Now, if you join that program and you submit deals to me, be fully transparent. Provide accurate and reliable information. Be the wholesaler that actually brings good deals. Be the wholesaler that cash buyers in your market trust and want to work with. Do that and you'll be successful. Now, the key to successfully wholesaling houses continually is having a systematic way to manage all of the moving parts. And that's why I took my 20 years experience flipping thousands of deals over the years and created an all-inclusive cloud-based house flipping deal management system called Flipster. Now, if you've never heard of Flipster, not only does it organize, streamline, and automate all of the steps to wholesaling and flipping houses, but it actually finds and funds deals for you. It's really awesome. So whether you're looking to do your first deal or you're already doing deals every month, Flipster can take you to the next level. You owe it to yourself to check it out. So for a free 7-day trial, just go to joinflipster.com. Now, finally, if you're working on your first deal, watch this next video where I show you the fastest way to get your first deal with zero marketing budget. So watch that video now, and remember, it's not about the money, it's about having the time and freedom to be, do, have, and give everything God has in store for you. That's what it's all about, and I'll see you on the next video.